Hello ladies and gentlemen, PlayAsia supplied me with this copy of this game, so if you want to support me and the channel, use the link in the description to go and buy something, and there's also a coupon code you can use to save a couple of bucks off your order. You'll be helping me out and hopefully you'll be buying something good. Thanks for your support, enjoy the show. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Sky Cannoneer. This is an interesting game. It is a sort of like spiritual sequel to Rampart, which is a name I haven't heard in a while. It's an old Atari arcade game about building a castle and making sure its walls surround the core of the castle. It's probably something different. Again, I haven't played it in years. But it's basically a really neat idea where you have to go between two phases of attacking the enemy and building up your own defenses. And this game basically promises to take that concept and expand on it in a lot of different ways. So when the email came in, because I have a few PR email come to me from time to time saying that this game is basically that, I was like, sure, I'm interested. So I decided to take a look. The options menu is a bit weird, I gotta say. Now, see how it says 1920 by 1080 at 50 Hertz? Not 60, not 120, or not even this monitor's normal 240. I have no idea what's going on here, but for some reason it just refuses to work sometimes. You have to set it to full screen, or even when you turn on VSync, it just does weird shit to the video. I have no idea what's going on, but well, that VSynced it to 60, well, we might as well keep it like that. You're not going to see any higher on the recording anyway. I will point out that this game's performance can get really bad at the moment. This is actually a pre-release copy. It's not due out for a week before I recorded this, but it's noted that, yeah, it runs real bad. And I tried turning off some of the stuff, but not much of it helped. Although it's a bit weird because some of the graphical options you've got on the right here are a little strange. Like, HD clouds here is kind of neat, but it makes it all feel a bit weird like that. SSAO basically turns off what looks like shadows, but you do also have real-time shadows. It's bizarre. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. I've also got anti-aliasing, but frankly, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference in the grand scheme of things. The one that really weirded me out, though, is bloom, because it also applies to the text. Look really closely and you can see it. It's so bizarre. I think it just does it to the entire image instead of having it be on the appropriate things, which just seems like a really lazy way to do it. You've also got sound and tutorial stuff down there. They work about as well as you would expect. You can have multiple profiles. There's my progress. Wow, I didn't realize I was nearly halfway through the game. That's something. But, well, actually, to be fair, I did. I looked up the achievement list before I started this video, but still, it's a little bit of a surprise considering I've only been playing for 2 hours. So it's not the longest game, but, you know, games don't have to be massively long, as long as they're good. So instead of wasting time having a look around at things like upgrade menus and stuff like that, we're just going to go hop into a level. We're going to... I'm thinking, is it a good idea to start at a harder level? Or should I go back and play... I'll go back and I'll play an earlier one, just so you can get an idea. So, the Horizon. I think... Yeah, the Gauntlet would be nice. Now, we'll do Chains of Fate 2. I think this is one of the basic ones. Oh, this is a salvage mission. Okay, alright. It still works the same way. So, we get to pick a fort. You start with 1, but you can get upgrades that let you get up to 4. And you pick 1, and there's your walls. And then you're immediately thrown into the fight. You've got a few things you can do. You've got your cannons, which reload automatically. You click on an enemy square to throw them in that general... or to fire them in that general direction, really. And if you hit a wall, you destroy it. This is a very good thing for you, and a very... well, it's a good thing for you when it happens to the enemy, and it's a bad thing for you when it happens to you. So, when you have successfully done an attack, you move on to this phase, which basically has you rebuilding the walls. If you don't manage to successfully surround at least one fort with walls completely up, down, left, and right, there can't be a... also diagonally, there cannot be a diagonal gap. Once you've done that, Well, if you don't do that, you won't be able to fire your cannons during the next attack phase, which is very bad for you. It also causes your power generator to become weaker, and that's a very bad thing, because if your power generator gets damaged enough, you lose. And if you do the same thing to the enemy, you win. There are a few different mission types though, so this isn't always the case. There are sometimes other mission objectives that you get to do from time to time to keep the variety up, which I appreciate. There are other things that you get. You get summons, which you can activate by middle clicking, but you have to wait for enough of your stuff to be destroyed first before you can pull them out. So they're basically a Hail Mary. You do also have a superpower you can call down with the right click, and the right click, in the power-up that I've got here, is more or less a tornado of fire that destroys stuff randomly. As to what superpowers there are available, well, I'll show you shortly once we're out of this stage. This is a salvage stage. Normally, you're able to build something like 3 cannons in a turn, but in this particular case, you have to try and get walls to surround these areas so that you can get the cannons that have already been laid down for you. I played like 2 stages like this already. I'll give them a lot of credit. There's actually a lot of... There's a frame rate drop for you. I'll give them a lot of credit. They've actually got a fair amount of mission types going on here, which always keep you on your toes. You're never exactly sure what to expect, and they don't go spoiling anything in the... before you go into the mission itself, which is nice. And also, up in the top right there, you can always see the mission objective, so it's never something that's going to get dropped on you immediately, especially since they give you infinite time to pick your first fort. So, it's perfectly fine in my honest opinion, because they give you all the time you need to look over your current objective. Another bonus point for the game that I found is that the AI doesn't actually act the same way in every single time. You do have missions to do in... Well, you do have 3 different missions to do in a mobile style. So you might think that it's going to act the same way, and in order to get the 3 stars, you need to do some kind of trickery to learn what the AI does and then just, counteract it at every point. But that's not actually the case. The game's AI, while it isn't the smartest AI, and it's somewhat designed to let you basically get the win if you manage to persevere for long enough, it's still pretty fair in the sense that it will eventually just slow down and not be able to keep up with you. It's not like a immensely competent AI that's going to absolutely floor you every single time, and that I appreciate. Because it means you won't be spending ages banging your head against the wall. There are definitely times where where the AI will have a lot of stuff and you'll have to spend a ton of time taking it down. But you will eventually get there. And that I appreciate quite a bit. Rebuilding kind of sucks sometimes because you need to wait for the exact things that you need in order to repair the walls. And I didn't pull it off in time. So now I've got holes everywhere and I can't actually fight back. However, they can't fight back either because they didn't rebuild in time. So, yeah. This is basically just going to be a big fat nothing, although I can summon my dragon. Actually, I can't. I have to be powered. That's not great. Oh well, at least we both get an opportunity to rebuild instead of it being like just him or just me. Your pieces are picked at random, but as you level up, you do unlock a couple of extra abilities to help you get like better building going on, which is also appreciated. There we go, I've got everything back. It used to be a little bit difficult for me to determine exactly where the wall is, like where there's a hole in the wall, you see? Because it can be a little bit difficult to tell exactly what's going on, but if you look closely, you can see some areas like this block here is darker than the others. That lets you know whether there's an isolated block. And isolated blocks are always taken away at the end of... There's the dragon. Isolated blocks are always taken away at the end of the rebuild phase. That was my toe. So, it always shows you what blocks are isolated, And there is always an isolated block where the wall needs to be repaired. So keeping an eye out for those isolated blocks is the absolute best way to know where your wall is falling down. All in all, it provides good strategy, especially if you've got limited cannons, limited fort resources, and you're trying to figure out exactly what you need to do in order to bring down as many of the AI's walls as possible. I mean, this late on into a stage, it's pretty obvious. Just spam your cannons, excuse me, in their general direction and hope for the best. That is more or less like the way of things here at this particular moment in time. Which is, like, cute, but I can see it being a bit annoying. This is one of the longest stages. Where's the hole in the wall? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, bollocks. Oh, would you look at that? It's another tie round. God damn it. Usually the stages aren't this long. I appear to just be having bad luck with the rebuild pieces at this point. Yeah, I can even call my superpower down on the generator. It's not going to do much, but it'll hurt him a bit. Because as you can see, take triple damage if no enemy forts are powered. So you need to keep at least one going in order to make sure you make it through. Yeah, come on, give me some straight pieces. Don't screw me. That's what I'm talking about. It's quite a weak piece of wall there. I really should do something about that if I can, but I've kind of packed everything in here a bit too tightly. You see, what you really want to be focusing on is cannon space, because cannons need to take up 4 spaces on the grid. So if you're placing everything just all over the place with no regard to reasonable sets of, with no regard to reasonable design, you're gonna find yourself with no space to both put down bricks and put down cannons really fast. It is going to come back and it is going to haunt you. So, and considering that you've got a limited amount of time, and that time actually starts to, in certain levels at the very least, actually goes down. So you do need to be focusing pretty heavily. And, like, this guy knows where the weak spot in my wall is, and he is hitting it quite hard. Unfortunately, you can't move cannons or anything once they're down, and considering this is a salvage level, I didn't exactly have much choice over the positioning of these walls in the first place. And look, there's just like one bit of wall there that I have to worry about. Thankfully, they're letting me put down more cannons, so hopefully this will accelerate the rate at which I can take out all of their walls. As you can see, I very clearly overpower them. I'm just waiting for the opportunity to start. I mean, I can attack their generator right now, but there's not really that much point to it when they've still got walls to beat up. Because, see, it takes absolutely no damage. Now I get to rebuild. That's pretty much all I can do without... I mean, I don't need to worry about cannon space. I only get 1 cannon per round, so... Fire all the cannons at their energy generator. The AI isn't stupid. If you just leave like random holes that are easy to patch up, they will patch them up. I'm honestly impressed this is taking as long as it is. It's usually over a lot faster than this. But look, I've got like 3 sets of walls over every part of this. Like, they can't touch me. They can't hope to touch me at this point. It's basically just that area down there. Oh, for fuck's sake, they still have enough time to build those goddamn walls? See, they didn't even break the walls this time. And that wall's fixed. You really got to focus on making sure that they can't rebuild too much too quickly. Because if you don't, you'll end up in a position where they'll be like, hey, I managed to surround another core, and now I've got 2 cores and plenty of places to put down my cannons. You are screwed. Thankfully, it looks like they finally managed to give it up this time, so I just put down my cannon and I fire away at their power generator. That level took nearly 15 minutes. I am legitimately impressed. The AHO managed to hold out a lot longer there. Yeah, we won, we got some resources. If we managed to pull off any of the special... Look at the way the cannons move. That's a bit weird. But yeah, if you manage to pull off the special objectives, that's usually when you get the blue stuff. So you can see here, Reclaimer 2, have every cannon claim simultaneously. So basically just get everything, which is an interesting concept. I must have screwed that up somehow. But anyway, we'll go to continue, which will take us back to the sky map, which is a little weird. It usually has that button whenever you've finished every level in the area, and we'll go back to here, which is where we're up to. But before we move on into Paradise, do not place any walls adjacent to any boosters, win the mission, and hit a power generator with Boulder while it's vulnerable. Good, that's a good opportunity to explain this stuff. So, we've got Crystal Dragon, Airship Flotilla, and whatever this ends up being. It looks like the Ion Cannon, but whatever. And let's summon the Airship Flotilla this time. We've seen the Dragon, let's see the Flotilla. So summons you unlock as you go through the game, and they're basically just, as you already saw, big things you can call down to help you out. Here's the technology tree. You can pick any of these 3 at any time once you've got into the respective level. I'm currently level 10. So some cannonball special effects. I prefer cluster bombs, but things like Tesla spikes might actually be pretty useful if you want to kick them off your back. You can protect your haven from enemy fire for a short time. I've had to deal with that more than once. It's really goddamn annoying. Tornado and Boulder, which we'll get to demonstrate. And some building options. So allows cycling of wall pieces, allows placement when even when overlapping an existing wall piece, but only the one. And fast build, greatly reduces delay before receiving the next wall piece. All of these are really useful. I'm not even going to joke about that. That's all really useful. And there's definitely more useful stuff going on down here as well. And then you've got the Haven upgrades. This is where you come to buy yourself things like boosters. When you surround them, everything around them gets a little bit of extra armor. Then you've got all your fort spaces, and if you click on them, you can select what fort you want. And this is quite interesting. So you can have all sorts of different forts. The Immortal Fort keeps its power for 1 turn. So even if all the walls around it are destroyed, it still works for 1 turn. Very useful in a pinch. The Bombard Fort is an extra cannon. The Reloader Fort makes everything reload just that little bit faster. I don't need the Reloader Fort, so I'm going to replace that with I don't need the Immortal Fort. I can replace that with that fort. But we can also buy extras. So when powered, you get an extra superpower charge. That's nice. And Bastion. While powered, your wall pieces are better. I'm not particularly interested in either of those, so I haven't bought them yet. And you've also got these over here. These basically just unlock bonus levels. That's pretty much the long and the short of it. But it's all quite simple. There's nothing here that particularly makes me think they've made the game longer and more annoying. It kind of feels like a mobile game with its interface and all that, but no, it's all relatively reasonable, if not a bit simple. This is like Zone 4, and I believe there's up to 7 zones. Oh, look. There is a plot. Walls remaining this build phase. Oh shit. That's not good. That is not good at all. Oh dear. Alright, we're gonna give this a try. Bombard Fort. So there's a wall here. A shield here. But can I get through it? I can. So it's basically just, what was that mission I had to do with the boulder again? Damn it, it won't let me see it now. That's kind of annoying. Alright, so we've got a bunch of walls destroyed. We need to repair them all with 10 pieces. This is gonna suck. Especially since one of my favorite tactics is to... Really? 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 Holy shit! Is that all I got? I got to repair my fort here. Wow, that's dumb. That's real dumb. Alright. Let's just, let's focus on taking out the bits of wall that are going to keep them all, what's the word I'm looking for? We're going to take out the walls that keep them, we're going to take out the single walls so that they have a harder time rebuilding. Alright. 10, 9, 8, 7, that was a miss. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, at least I got the reloader fort in, and that means I can place down some more cannons. Which I'm going to damn well need. Look at this shit. Alright. Just spam. Spam, 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 spam. Frame rate drop, because yes, this game is not very well optimized. These frame rate drops happen a lot. They are really frustrating to deal with, especially when you're trying to aim precisely. Yeah, performance, not great. Could be a lot worse, but must focus on repairing walls. There we go. There. Managed to not waste too many pieces there. I even managed to get the fortified booster in. More cannons. Yeah, outside of the... I'm close to having my, my airships ready to come in. Yeah, outside of the frame rate drops, which are pretty severe, don't get me wrong, just for the purpose of experimentation and demonstration. Let's turn this down as far as it goes, to which it ends up looking a hell of a lot like the original Rampart. Holy hell. Well, it looks like a 3D-ified version of it, but same difference in my point of view. Come on. There we go. Another reloader fort. Plus some more room for more cannons, because I'm gonna need that room. 2, 1, 0. Misclicked there. Now I can't. Now I'm going to lose a cannon because of that. And he's got 3 bloody cannons. Bloody cannons. Yeah, yeah. I want an RTX, I want an RTX 2080 and an 8700K. There is almost no excuse for the performance being this terrible. It really shouldn't be this bad, like not even close. There we go, although that doesn't actually give me any more room for cannons, which I hate. 3, 2, 1. Oh! How convenient. Airships! There we go. I think I... Yeah, damn. I missed the bloody power generator, so I didn't get the boulder. But hey, we did it. Yeah, it's a... Hit a power generator with boulder while it's vulnerable. Damn, if I... Just... Yeah, do not place any walls adjacent to any boosters. Good luck. Jesus. Win the mission. Win within 4 rounds. God almighty, what do they want me to do? Upgrade 5 cannons to level 3. Why? What? Upgrade? So, as I was saying before, there is a plot, but it's basically nothing. We were saved by some kind of sky god who then ended up, I don't know if they ended up disappearing or what have you, but basically there were a bunch of people who got left behind by said sky god. They got really mad and they're attacking us, so we're going and attacking them back. That's basically the entire plot. Which is fine. Expansion. Create a power grid of 175 grid units. Jesus, they're really throwing in the, They're really throwing in the, whatchamacallit? The special objectives. I mean, it's not too much different from what you would want to do in a regular game of... Sky Cannoneers, but, I mean, damn. They're really keeping things at least interesting, which I appreciate. You kind of need variety to have a game concept like this work for a decent length of time, and I absolutely do appreciate what they're going for. In fact, I appreciate a lot of what this game has going for it. I'm a bit iffy on the theme, if only because they don't really do that much with it, but... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that's a fuck up. That is a fuck up on my part. That's why an immortal fort, for your first fort, is very helpful, children. Please don't hurt me. I'll give you rum. No, you're just going to go straight for my... Well, they're not going to go straight for my power generator, but they're definitely going to take a few pot shots at it. Thankfully, they did very little to actually damage me, so... I'm guessing the AI is just kind of in give him a break mode, which I appreciate. There we go. Let's focus on expanding that power grid. $140 grid units. That's nice. Unfortunately, he now has 3 fucking cores surrounded. Hopefully this will get me that airship that little bit faster. And they can help. But... and it's not looking too good for me right now, if I'm being honest. Because look, I've lost a fair bit of my walls here. Gonna have to put in some decent effort to get them back up. I'm not going to call the game too hard or too easy. It definitely has just the right amount of challenge. Where's the last one? Oh, it's down there. There we go. Oh, damn, that one up the top was an immortal fort. Airships! Help! Help! Kill the non-believers. We must show them the power of the Sky God. Whatever the Sky God's name is. Where's the missing piece? There we go. 176. That is convenient. Yes, I went within 4 rounds. Yes. All right. That's cool. Sure. What was the other thing I had to do? Upgrade 5 cannons to level 3. Upgrade. I haven't seen upgrades yet. I can buy the final fort, which I'm absolutely going to do. Let's see. Mortal fort. Sure. We can also get some improved thrusters and deep scanners, but we do have the ability to go through the vicious storm to fight the Blue Drake. Yes, this game has boss fights. That's awesome. Especially since you fight fucking dragons. Like, let's just turn all the options back up. Looks a bit blurry now, actually. That's a little weird. I think that might be the anti-aliasing. It's probably FXAA, but still. It's kind of neat. Actually, the entire game is really good, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I've been playing this for a while. Outside of the overwhelming amount of, like, performance problems that the game's got, which are absolutely there. Don't even try and tell me. You can watch the frame rate counter in the top right when a lot of shit is going on screen. You will see the frame rate counter drop. And my computer is like one of the best you can get at the moment, so don't even try and tell me it's because I have a bad PC. It is not because I have a bad PC. It's not even close to that. It's the game being, like, unoptimized, probably. That's okay. That's okay. We don't have to worry too much about it right now. We've got plenty of walls built up. That's going to give us plenty of opportunities later on. Charge crystal. Great. There we go. Interrupted his big attack, so he can't hurt us too badly at the very least. Here, have a boulder. But now I definitely need to repair the walls around the Immortal Core. And at the same time, we're probably going to try and get that speed up core as well, because we definitely need it. There we go. Now let's work our way down here. Alright, we're doing okay. This really is going to be an endurance battle, but still, it's just yet another example of the way this game plays with the usual set of conventions that comes with a game like Rampart, and I like it. I really do. I think it's a really nice idea. An old game with, like, not really copyrighted gameplay that they can go and tune up a bit, add their own little set of flair to. Give it just that little bit of extra gameplay meatiness that helps, you know, just make it a good game. That's pretty much the long and the short of it, isn't it? 4, 3, 2, 1. The strategy itself is fun. The AI is well tuned. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's got just that right mix of resource management, high intensity action, and fun strategizing to make it feel like the old Rampart game. And I like it. I don't know how much it's going to come out for on PC. I think they said in the email this might have console ports coming. I'd be lying if I said I could remember. But I basically have no reason not to recommend it. Because it's really good. I'm enjoying it. Come on, airships. No short description for summoned airship. Oh dear. That's a bug they're going to want to fix. But that's a minor thing, really. Let's just spend a little time fortifying the walls. Put down our cannons. Alright, airships, let's do this. You gotta make sure to take out those crystals, because if you don't, he will start charging up energy for a big attack, which will leave your shit unguarded. It is a guarantee. It's a guarantee you can bet your damn life on. But yeah, it's got a good amount of strategy, it's got a good amount of action, it's engaging, it's not too hard, it's not too easy, it feels well balanced, you get a decent amount of stuff as you go, they keep playing with the concept a lot, the base concept itself works really well, because, well, it proved to work really well back when this game first came out as an arcade game in the 80s. Oh jeez. Damn shields, man. They get me every time. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Ooh, there we go. Alright, we got our room back. We don't have room to put down all our cannons at the moment, unfortunately, but... well, we'll get to put some down, and that's all that matters. 5, 4, 3, and There we go. We should be able to beat him this turn or next. Oh, great. You know what the funny thing is? He didn't even bother taking out the airships, and there's already almost another set ready to come and fill in for us. Oh yeah, the dragons also burn ground, by the way, which actually destroys tiles you put on top of it, so... yeah, not a good situation if you're trying to rebuild, that's for sure. There we go. Get that wall a little bit stronger there. The loose ends burn off, and we get cannon space back. Which we can then use to get our own shit reflected at us again. Great! Come on, Blue Drake, you have to die now. I'm literally firing the entire late... ah, one more turn, one more turn. If I hit middle click again during the next attack phase, will it summon in a second set of airships? I am legitimately curious. I don't know what's going to happen. Well, all my stuff's back. Let's just pump up these walls a little bit. Look at all these damn cannons. Surely this Drake knows that it's screwed, right? Damn it. Yeah, we're just going to finish this thing off. We're not even going to bother. Oh, it won't actually let me summon the extra airships. Ain't that something? I am your only dragon. That's a shame. Would have been nice to have 2 dragons, but whatever. So I did manage to finish. Bombard Master plays 25 cannons. Of course he plays 25 fucking cannons. Do not consume any walls and burning ground. Yeah, I definitely did that. So what's the booster? Click to begin researching another booster. Energizing this will upgrade your superpower for the rest of the mission. That would be useful, but this is the end of the video, so we're just going to stop it there. So as I said during the Blue Drake fight, it's fun strategy, a bit of fun action. It changes up the game just enough to keep it interesting. I'm enjoying it quite a lot because it definitely still has that old school gameplay with a bunch of new twists to it, and I'd recommend it. I'm actually surprised at that. I was going in expecting to be, at best, just mildly amused, but they've actually done a pretty good job here. Thumbs up. Hopefully they'll fix up those performance problems, but other than that, it's good. It's worth your time. It's on Steam like the week after I record this, so probably in a few days minimum after you see this video, so go buy it. It's worth your time if you liked what you saw here. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.